Hello, everyone, and welcome to our little bit of a spring preview today. So we've got our little mailbag show sponsored by baggybet.com, and I'm here with Shane and Jack. Now, boys, an exciting time of year for us, and today we're going to be having a look at the three group races from Flemington, and you guys are on the Gold Coast at the moment. Magic Millions, the resale. How's that going for you?
Yeah, we've spent the day on this sale grounds yesterday looking at the yearling, well, now 2-year-old fillies that Lewis Bloodstock brought and have been put back through the ring to be resold. Quite challenging, Gab, to say the least. You'd have an appreciation for this working with horses. They were put through the June sale, then have found their way to a paddock and haven't been touched since. So they certainly haven't been prepped for sale. So you're trying to find a diamond in the rough there, to be polite. There's also a draft of geldings that Tony Fung from Aquis owned and raced. So a few of those were colts like 4 weeks ago that have been gelded. So they're still quite coltish, which has been a little bit of fun on a sale ring with fillies right next door. And it's been like, I know this sounds silly, but it has been hard work trying to get through them all and find the diamonds in the rough. Obviously, with the tried horses, though, they do have some exposed form, some of them, but some of them raced it as colts. So you're trying to sort of find ones that can improve a bit too. So
and just trying to leverage Shane's relationship with Aquis, which has been almost 100% what we've purchased to winners so far. I'm trying to continue that on, and Shane's behaviour has been really good. This preparation for us on the Gold Coast. This is our third one this year. I'd say your best behaviour I've seen.
We've been here two nights.
Still complaining a hell of a lot, whinging a lot, but really well in the coat, looking good, feeling good.
I've been in bed before 11 both nights.
Betting pretty good too.
Yeah, it's all going well. I'm due for
You'd be a bit wild first up after a spell on the Gold Coast, Shane.
We got a bit wild last night. Like, we played blackjack for about 2 hours, which was a really solid run, I thought. Like, we almost stripped out early.
Yeah.
But then he got a little bit itchy and played the big spin the wheel thing.
Yeah.
What was that?
It's a lot of fun. The chook wheel.
The chook wheel, the chocolate wheel. I had some $5 chips I had to burn. They were taking up too much space in my pocket.
The value hunter went value hunting. He was on the big roughie too.
Yeah,
on the 47. Yeah, Don't worry, I've got it once before there, and I'll tell you what, I've never forgotten it.
I'll probably never play it again.
So anyway, so we've got those.
I'll tell you on the show.
So we've got those horses. Obviously, if anyone wants to get involved, to contact you guys. It's just, have you found any, or just still trying to look?
Yeah, we'll bid on probably 4 or 5. We've got a list of 5 there that we'll look to bid on. One's sort of borderline, but
everything with us is just price. So we're going to put a number on them actually straight after this, and then that'll be that. And if we get them, we get them, and if we don't, we don't.
The usual method of contact, jono@themailbag.com.au, JONO, jono@themailbag.com.au. He's our man on the ground. He'll be sorting through this. So any further questions or information, that's the man to email.
Yeah, how good. So we'll get into it though. What we're here for is to have a look at these 3 races from Flemington, which is always exciting. We've got the Makybe Diva, the Furphy, and the Bobbie Lewis. So we might as well start with the Makybe Diva. Now, what a race we're looking at here. I'm very excited about it, and I'm excited to see how it's going to play out. We've got Gator, probably going to be the leader.
There's no speed here. There's absolutely no speed. Tim Clark replaces D. Oliver, so not like 9 times out of 10 I'll be against that, but I think he'll suit this map and he'll suit this horse because it's going to have to lead, Shane. I
think so. I think that's the intent here. T. Clark goes on, Gaybot, Mile, Flemington, no obvious leader, just takes up the front.
He was dominant, really good against Catalyst this track and trip a fair while back, but he's in a better stable now, and you think you can sort of go to that level again. Western Empire, I think, has to go forward. I don't know what Annabelle does with Mwanga from 8, Shane. There's no speed, could be further forward than you'd anticipate. I think she's ideal. Regal Power the next pair, then Nonconformist. I've got on Thunderstruck 3rd pair the fence.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they ride it any different to what they have been its entirety.
And then Cascadian will just sort of flop in at the back there, but he'll have no excuses. He'll have 600 meters to catch him if he wants to.
Look, it's a hard one. Something could happen here. You know, I was a bit like, I'm Thunderstruck. I think for me, he's my watch for the spring. But you just never know in these small fields, and $2.45 in something like this, I'm just sort of like, you know.
Makybe Diva is traditionally like a race where the best horse doesn't always win this race, but it's often a really good run. Now, like, does Mark ride for pure luck and punch up behind sort of Alligator Blood and wait for Regal Pair and She's Ideal to peel off, and then is it good enough? Or does he sneak in his back and then widest?
I don't know. I think you get a bit dictated to from gate one anyway, because like you say, like Alligator Blood, you anticipate crosses it, and then I don't know, like, does he, like, how quick do they go? They could, because it's drawn to Alligator Blood, it could just bounce straight on the bunny here and they find their spots very quick, and he doesn't have to be last defence. So,
and is Tim Clark a good rider? Leaders a good rider, or leaders at Flemington? It's a different kettle of fish, I think.
And I think Gator, you know, he's going to be able to control. He's going to be able to do what he wants here. And I think I was having a look at him, and I've seen this horse so fit. And just after last start, I sort of thought he's just had that little bit of fitness to go. And I saw a photo of him yesterday, and I think he has tightened up. Like, nothing can obviously compare to that race fitness. So I think we're going to see a better side of him tomorrow, and he's going to progress from here. But
did you see him when he had his surgery?
I thought you were gonna...
Yes, yeah. I was involved with his surgery, so
so you should take a minute to tell us that story, Gab, just quickly.
Yeah, so he came in with kissing spine to the uni, which is UQ at Gatton, and obviously it's a problem that does cause them a lot of discomfort. You know, it's the spinous processes that are rubbing together pretty much. So we went in, obviously take those out with a saw, and a lot of, like, a long recovery for him, because, you know, we're taking away the muscle as well along the back. So it's pretty much, it's full open surgery of the spine. And yeah, it takes a lot to get back. That's why I thought, you know, when he had those potters back, you know, when he was trying to come back, I thought just give him time, you know, because it is a massive surgery. And it's just great to see him recover. You know, I love seeing him recover. But he is a horse that does carry a bit of weight, and I know it is hard for him to tighten up. So that's what I always look at with him.
Do you think he drifts or firms here? Like, he was badly held up and sort of a total forgive in the Memsy.
Oh, I just don't know. I just can't see why it would drift. Like, it's going to be on speed and it's a small field and he's going to get every chance, and he has. Because
he's not at Caulfield. This is the fairest, best track in Australia.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, it's a tough one, because Cascadian would be like everyone's been queuing up the back Cascadian because it's always running, you know, getting back and running on, and now it gets a small field, so it shouldn't be too far off the lead. Like, it's pretty much a no bet race for me.
Yeah, I'm definitely staying away. I look forward to it.
I think Cascadian's easiest. Like, it's a really, really easy bet here. It won 1600. It's PB 1600 Flemington. It was as good or better, I thought, than on Thunderstruck in the Memsies. He cannot, like, get this wrong. He's going to be 3 or 4 pairs off the max.
Yeah, max.
I don't think Tim Clark's going to, like, rev this thing up. Western Empire has SP'd $1.20 versus a huge SP of Regal Power. Regal Power's trial I thought was plain. I think that lacks speed again. I don't think Western Empire is going to take on Alligator Blood. I don't see tempo. I think they'll be spread right across the track at the sort of the 400-meter mark, and I reckon Cascadian's going to win.
Yeah, confidence. I like it. A bit of confidence, because I'm not sure, but I'd personally love to see Gator win. I think he's a hope there as well. But as I said, you never know. Any more there, Shane, or should we press on?
We'll press on. I think Jack summed it up pretty well. And I suppose at the prices, Cascadian 550 versus Alligator Blood, you could go either way there and be against on Thunderstruck if you wanted to. So
if he increases from the 1,000 on Alligator Blood, you're going to be pretty scared if you're not with him.
Tim
Clark's going to look the winner.
He's a great front running rider. He'll do that.
I think Western Empire will improve, and then on Thunderstruck and Cascadian will be the 2 closers. I'll run for all those ones, but I just think Cascadian's going to have that beautiful sort of blending momentum run there and be very, very hard to beat.
It'll be good. It'll be a good one. But we'll move on to race 7, which is the Furphy, and this is an interesting race as well. I thought, we've got Kiss on All Four Cheeks, who's run a really good third behind Chain of Lightning, who I absolutely rate, and she's all classes there as well, improving. And then we've also got Lady of Honor, who what's she going to be? I think she's a really, really nice horse, and I am Benny there. So, yeah, what are we thinking here?
Do you want a speed map, Shane? What do you want?
Yeah, I'll go first here. Just scroll down to that speed map. I sort of think the first horse I landed on here was Flying Mascot. I think
Good horse, loves Flemington.
Like, it's just a good horse. It's just a very good horse. Obviously, sort of market might have suggested to us first up at the 1200 to be a nice little kickoff fitness run. Thought it ran well enough. From gate 5, it just bangs on speed here. Like, it's going to be ahead of its main rivals. Like, it's the horse that's going to have to be run down, and it's around that sort of 460 quote. And I think it's a genuine sort of 1600 meter horse. It's got good figures, track and trip as well. So I've sort of got it on top. Kiss on All Four Cheeks, and
where does it land in run? Very 14.
I just don't know where to map it. So there, I'm keeping this sort of short and sweet here. I think it's the right horse with the right map, and it's the clear horse to beat for me.
The fossils will tell you, like the I Am Bene, who's like run a peak last start. You need to be careful of this start, but it gets a really nice run. Flying Mascot's the bomb-proof horse here. If you need to bet, and you have to bet, I think it's the one to back out of the 2 in the market.
It is Saturday, so what else are we going to do?
And it is race 7, right? So if they've been on pace and winning, another tick to Flying Mascot. If they've been 3 wide and blending and winning, I think you can sort of lean back towards Kiss on All Four Cheeks. I think the 2 in the race that are slide overs early is the 10 Foxy Frida and the 3 La Dragon T. J Car rides. I thought the trial was really good. 2 runs in Australia last prep. They get a better grip on the horse now. I think it'll improve. Barrier 15 is a bit awful, but you're going to get a fair price. I'd say it'll drift, so don't jam in too early. And Foxy Frida loves Flemington. It's a good horse, and jump out's good enough.
Yeah, I really like Foxy Frida as well. And then a couple of these having their first start, I'd like to see just how they were going. But as I said, also Lady of Honor could be progressing. Whether she's up to these ones, I'm not too sure. But yeah, definitely up there, Foxy Frida, and it'll be
Frida won a $250,000 race with Kieran McAvoy on it at Flemington. Yeah, D Oliver rides now, nice middle draw. Yeah, I think it's going to run a really nice race. Won first up last prep when it got back and went home good. And just to clarify at the start there, this is actually the Mountain Goat Elope Stakes there, 400 metres at Flemington.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, I mean, yeah, it's great. It's just great, isn't it? I love looking at these races. Not that I know what to do with them, but we'll move on to that race 8, which is the Bobbie Lewis. Another great race. I think this is going to be. Personally, I had a bit of trouble here, but I tried not to get too caught up. You've got Stageman there. Is Serious Suspect going to go on? Shooting for Gold was good the other day. And then the Astrologist, who I've had a lot of luck with in the past. And what are you guys thinking here?
Simple speed map, very simple speed map. A lot of Queenslanders keep coming down for these sort of sprint races, don't they?
Yeah.
I think there's a fascinating horse here, different setup, could jump out of the ground. There's angles everywhere. Where do you want to start, Shane?
Yeah, a couple of horses here that I was interested in. The first one was number 9, Rohiran. I think it was like something like 50s or something. Pre, what do you call it?
All in
market, something. I said there was a little bit of a support for it. I just don't mind that. I just don't mind that sort of Queensland form lines for these sprint races. I think there's an easy tie in there, Gab. It's we're not, like you and I are not surprised that these Queenslanders, the horses with Queensland form, go down and win. Obviously, Rohiran's a Sydney horse, but does have a Doomben win on its CV. I just sort of looking at these horses that are going to be sort of like middle of the track cover, because I think a few of these are a little bit better than the on speed serious suspects sort of horse, like a horse like he moves like a Group 3 horse.
Yeah, but
probably
this is basically a group.
And then you've got, so a lot interested in Rohirrim. Obviously, Hard Empire was a 100-to-1 winner.
Oh, come on.
At Randwick 2 back on a soft track.
And Shooters of Gold too.
Big Queensland form.
So you're going to have like a big Queensland first
not at all. Because I'll give Baller's $13, and it's got Queensland form, and it probably should be $113. And the one for me is the big market watcher for me is number 12. Swats that. Obviously it's got a nice effort. Ran second. This track and trip to a horse that a few might know called Nature Strip, formerly called Nature Stripe, and it goes to Kieran Maher. It's having its first run for the new stable, so it's a massive watch for me. I think the market will be telling you how confident the stable is. I see there's been a little bit of money for it already, but it's the big watch horse for me. Swatch that. Obviously, I think that's the strongest form. Second in Nature Strip. Trip,
well,
no shit.
In Melbourne or in
the world,
country?
possibly in the world.
In the world, yeah.
If they had 1,200 meter races on Mars, this would still be the strongest form.
That's what I agree. And it's a positive jockey change. It's a positive stable change. The jump out's elite. I think it's a you have to back. You have to bet.
It's an easy bet.
I think it's a bet. I think Swats that is a proper good bet. Mellum, a hungry Mellum. So
yeah.
You think he wants to get in with his stable headed to spring? I do.
Everyone would, wouldn't they?
They should.
I would.
Do you like cash?
Yeah. It's the right form. That's like you said, it's an easy bet to have. I'll be backing it. We having something on right here as well, late, because it'll drift.
I couldn't talk anyone out of the Astrologist and Serious Suspect. Track and trip form down the straight is very, very, very valuable. Stands up.
You know what? He's always the Astrologist. He's always paying such. He's always $20 or something like that. We're getting 11s there, but I love the horse. I think he can on his day. I think he's capable of winning something like this. I mean, he has in the past, so.
For sure. No, I think it's a pretty good race. I think it is a bit better than Group. I know it's a Group 2, and I think it's sort of like genuine. There's some genuine like Group 2 winners.
And obviously, shout out to Verenskova, who's got that good Field of Roses for.
Yeah. What's he drawn too low? I wonder if we can get itself to the middle of the track from Gate 3 this week. Yeah. Anyway, that's where I'm at. I don't know. Pretty simple, isn't it? Just back swatch that.
And just hope that it firms on the day. What do you do if it drifts? Do you even watch the race?
Nah, switch over to the footy. Probably, because it's not winning if it drifts. Not first up in this stable. If it's drifting, it ain't winning. But I'm going to have something right here and later. I think it's just right part of it. I think it just gets the right run, and I think it can stay.
And how good's Blake Shinn going on his return? Is absolutely
staggering, actually. Like
when Shane goes, he doesn't want to agree with you, but he's going to.
No. I'm just like,
your natural like go to is to be negative about participants. Right?
Not really.
I'm still trying to make friends, so.
It's more about like what you're up against.
You shouldn't have come on this show.
It's more about what you're up against, and because the racing administrators have divided the country and the talent, right? So they've got a pool of Melbourne jockeys that 3 or 4 are going to get first pick, and then you just got to turn up to get a ride for the rest of the 7 or 8. Blake's coming back; he's got Hong Kong on his resume. He's going to get good rides. And then you got
absolutely, they're good horses, aren't they?
And then you got the best jockey in the world. J-Mac rides in Sydney, and he gets the first pick there, and then the rest just keep turning up and do the trials. And
unless there's a Coolmore horse doesn't get first pick, he gets told.
True. So
that's how much money you need to have to be able to tell the goats what to do.
I'm not shocked that Blake's been able to waltz into Melbourne and just throw his leg over and ride winners at all.
Absolutely, and he's he's been there, done that. So
he's probably going to win the Makybe Diva.
Possibly.
Group 1 on return. Yeah. That'll be all over the socials. How will that make you feel?
Oh, I'll get right around and I'll retweet it and everything.
Good. Retweet.
I'll tweet that. That's Shane's tagline. If anyone's hasn't figured it out, I'll tweet that. We said it about 15 times since I got here.
Not this week.
I'm going to tweet that. That's a good one.
I'm still
Well,
getting
at least the races are good in Melbourne and Sydney, Gab, because there's not much to talk about in Brisbane this week. Geez, I struggled to find one. And then when I did find one this morning, you might know the horse. I found it late last night before bed. I had a quick look through, and this morning I noticed it was 71s into 26s. And I reckon that you might have had something on it.
Oh, did you? Not sure. My dog's just pulled everything off again.
Yeah. The horse of Michael Nolan's Uncommon Valor, I think it's called.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I wish I had seen the prices early.
One of the races are no good up here though. They're all in Melbourne.
That's right. All the good Queenslanders are winning in Melbourne at the moment. So
yeah, look, it's a good time. I'd like to have one running around at the moment, but well, I think that's probably, hopefully, I think we've dug quite deep there and had a good look, and it's going to be, as I said, a great day of racing. But best bets, I know you've probably said them, but just to confirm.
My best is race 5, number 2, Cascadian.
Okay.
I'm going to have something Flemington race 8. I'm going to back Rohiran, definitely. I think it'll drift a bit too, but I'm going to have something on it. Our man Blake Shin's on it, Gav, so you've got to be on.
Could I have something on the Godolphin all up?
Maybe Blake Shin in the Jockey Challenge. The blue jacket place.
When you flip pretty quick, don't you?
And obviously I'll be having something on Swatch that with the world's best sprinter form on its page. It's just an easy bet to have, and it's around $5.50, $6. So why wouldn't you be on?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, mine, obviously, it's going to be race 8, number 7, which is the Astrologist. As I mentioned, I probably can't go past it just with the track and trip record, and I think it's a good bet. Open race.
Indeed. You got anything else? Have you done any form elsewhere, Gab? You got anything else?
Oh, I had a little look at Rose Hill. Probably, I think my best there is probably going to be Ellsberg. I was tossing up between Ellsberg and Jamea, and I just, if it was going to dry out, Jamea, I thought out to the 1300 should be really, really good. But Ellsberg first up, he just flies, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. Who knows how those Sydney tracks are going to play? But obviously,
after last, I wish I'd been able to watch the first couple of races there last week before I tipped anything. But that's just the way it is.
Indeed.
Good days racing up in Sydney. We'll have the Victims of the Punch show up later today as well, or probably before us. No, later tomorrow on Friday. Mark Sheen and Mark Roden and Rob Scurry will take you through the good meeting there, run to the Rose and everything like that. If you want to race a horse with us, email jono@themailbag.com.au, and we'll hopefully have 1 or 2, maybe 3 more horses joining the team. Hopefully this afternoon, Shane.
Yeah, tomorrow, isn't it? Anyway,
again,
next
not
day
100% sure, but we know the ones we want to try and buy. We'll just make sure we don't miss when they finish, and they'll pray for Shane's hammies and backs and everything as we go and play 18 holes now.
18 holes of golf with
R&R.
And I take about
you deserve it, mate.
And I take about 120 shots to get around 18 holes too, so it's going to be a long afternoon.
I saw the loafers. I thought, oh wow, they're very.
You went sockless last night. He was just like crabbing down, just crabbing out of the casino.
I've got a pair that look quite similar, to be honest.
Oh, thanks, Gav. You have good taste in footwear, then, obviously.
I'll do it.
I think that's us. Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in, and good luck. Big day.
Bye for now.